Hey, Warren.
Yes, sir.
We got super compers. 890 index. And look who's coming up first.
It's Troy Coughlin going to be up first, alongside Joe Flynn. I tell you what the dial-in is, but look at the board. It's an 890 on both sides. The index is picked for these racers. Going to see a lot of big block rear engine dragsters. That is the choice here for the track darts. They'll be aiming for that 890 on the scoreboard. Troy Coughlin, double duty this weekend, as he is in the Super Comp Dragster and then qualified in the fastest top alcohol dragster field in Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series history, as he puts the McPhillips family dragster solidly in the field. So Troy on the left side of the track, flying those familiar yellow and black Jegs colors, alongside Joe Flynn from Monroe, North Carolina. The Flynn's Auto and Alignment Race Tech chassis machine. They'll see the three ambers flash 0.4 of a second later. They'll get the green light and off they'll go. And again, the magic number is an 8900 on the big board. Coughlin, Flynn. Finish line says Coughlin. He had 700 in the bank as he was 005 on the tree. 894 at the finish line at 170. Flynn caught him, and he's 4 under 886 at 176. But Coughlin, significant starting line advantage to help him out. Here's Jason Kinney coming up next from Kutztown, Pennsylvania for Jegs.com, Hoosier. Dan Page built the race car. Gary Stennett built the power plant alongside Ken Moses. Moses from Colonia, New Jersey. That's an American chassis car, big block Chevy power. And their resumes are loaded for sure. Green light starts for both drivers. One is better than the other. Think James Bond, 007 green for Jason Kinney, but tosses it away. Moses a little off on the tree, but 8,900 on the board. Dead on at the stripe at 168. The 889.8 tooth-out breakout for Jason Kinney puts him on the trailer here after the first round. Kevin Robb pulls up next. Rob's brother. That's a cruel thing to do to your child. Kevin Robb, Denver, Pennsylvania, pulls up alongside Jacob Otto from Montpelier, Virginia. Down track they go. 018 to 037. The 018 gets it done. Another 890. 890 with a 3 at 173 for your winner, Kevin Robb. Jacob Otto, 2 quick, 888 with an 8. Over there on the other side, and his day is done here in Super Comp. Brooke Warren Foley comes up now out of Clinton, North Carolina, alongside Rick Mann. Mann in the atomizer lane from Trinity, North Carolina. The RJM Motorsports Race Tech chassis machine. Green lights pairs ahead down track. One I'm holding about 300 right now, but breaks out by 5. Brooke Warren Foley is 5 under 885. Too much wind stripe down there. 895 for the win for Rick Mann. Rick moves on to second round. Joshua Marashevsky. Is that close? All right. Marashevsky out of Cheshire, Massachusetts. Cheshire. So I got the last name right, and I screwed up the town. Okay. Randy Midget alongside from Virginia Beach. He has been a winner here in Super Comp before. Josh, tough racer. Former national champion. Wants to be a funny car driver. Really, all he wants to do is move on to round 2, which he does. 894 at 160 for the win. Randy Midget, on the losing effort, puts the number on the board, 890 with an 8, dead on with an 8. Not good enough. Reaction time advantage to Josh. Carlos Diaz Ramos. San Juan, Puerto Rico. He calls home alongside Darrell Collins from Clemens, North Carolina. Both of them trying to hit that 890 target here in round number 1. Both drivers sitting in the pre-stage beam. Collins finally rolls forward. Ramos moving slowly, gets in before the auto start times him out. And away they go. At the finish line, it's going to be the 894 for Carlos Diaz Ramos taking the win. 894 at 162, 893 at 173 for Collins in a losing effort. Margin of victory, 34 ten-thousandths of a second. Here's Carlos Diaz Reyes from San Juan. Wonder what will happen when they match up in the final. Thomas Slater alongside from Colonia, New Jersey. Carlos and Thomas headed down track, looking at each other. Finish line says it is Carlos Diaz Reyes. 890 with a 4. Dead on with a 4 at 170 for the win. Thomas Slater done with an 891 at 173. Pretty good run for Slater. Much better for Reyes as he goes 15 thousandths on the package. 011 at the start. Runs the number with a 4. That's 15 thousandths from perfect. Michael Handress coming up next out of Brooklyn for accelerated travel. Race Tech chassis entry alongside Chase Fanstock from Newville, Pennsylvania. And it's a red light start for Mike Handress. Automatic winner, Chase Fanstock via the red light. Handress is 003 red, 890 with a 6. But 890 with a 2 for Chase Fanstock. How about that? Runs the index as well. 22 thou on the pack. Here's Marty Martin, left side, the Marylander, alongside Chris Garrettson from Middletown, Delaware. Garrettson, little different combination. Yes, big block power, Ed Quaid chassis. Got those little tires on the front. That's a little bit unique in this day and age. And the reverse throttle stop. He'll be going slower at the quarter mile than he will be at the 8th mile. So Garrettson lines up, off they go. Coin flip at the start. Garrison's going to slow down, back into him, and turn on the wind light. 892 at 120. He was 35 miles an hour slower than Marty Martin. Martin, 3 under breakout, 887 at 155. Michelle Costa pulls up next. the Ladybug. Freehold, New Jersey, the home. Kincare chassis. Big block Chevy power alongside Mike Robolato. Robolato, number 1 in Super Comp last year in the division, as he has done it more than one time in his career. Side by side, finish line says the 893, the good number for Michelle Costa at 157. 888 is too quick for Mike Robolato. So the division champ is out of here in round number 1. Took 4 at the stripe, broke out by 2. Amanda Boychesko coming up now. Summit side of the track for Warminster, Pennsylvania. ATI, Dart, and Hoosier helping her get to the track alongside Colby Fuller. Colby out of Savannah, Georgia, the student. Colby lines up in the atomizer lane. Still waiting pre-stage over there. Now Colby is in. Colby staged. Here comes Amanda. Off they go. And it is Amanda Boychesko for the win. 893, 182. Colby broke out by 7 thou. 889.3. So Colby goes home. Amanda goes on to round number 2. Here's Frank Aragona from Freehold, New Jersey, alongside Joey Cambria, Shillington, PA. Attention in the pit area. We need top alcohol dragster to the staging lanes, please. Top alcohol dragster to the lanes. We also need top alcohol funny car to the lanes. So alcohol cars, top alcohol funny car, top alcohol dragster. We need you to the staging lanes, please. Frank Aragona picks up the round win, 891 at 176. For Joey Cambria, 400, 886. Finishes them up here in round number 1. So once again, we need the alcohol cars to the lanes. Top alcohol dragster. Top alcohol funny car to the lanes. This is Eric Stroud, left side of the track, the Summit Lane out of Douglas, Ontario, Canada. Sponsored by Visa. Alongside Anthony Fetch, Colonia, New Jersey. Anthony and Eric off and running. And it is a dead-on 1 for Anthony Fetch. 890 with a 1. 169 for your winner, Anthony Fetch. For Eric Stroud, 892 at 164. Jeff Kondratic from Falston, Maryland. For Lucas Oil, K&N. A Race Tech chassis entry with Ford power. If you like the blue oval, that's the left side. Patrick Myers alongside from Pennsylvania. 565 Chevy power plant over there. Takes the double breakout win, 889 at 167. He's 1 under. For Kondratic, 3 under, 887. Took 3 at the stripe. Broke out by 3. Had a 001 light, but all for naught. Win light goes to Patrick Myers. David Long coming up now alongside Mike Hepp. Long left side. Makes gears for a living. Alongside Mike Hepp, the contractor out of Pennsylvania. And the red light start for Mike Hepp. Finishes it right there. David Long gets the win. 890 with a 1. We've seen a bunch of 890s in the category here in the first round. 890 with a 1 at 177 for the win. Mike Hepp, red light start, 898, speed of 171. Michelle Furr pulls up next from Galax, Virginia, alongside Ray Skipper, Richmond, Virginia, the home base. Once again, we need top alcohol dragster, top alcohol funny car to the lanes. Top alcohol dragster, top alcohol funny car to the lanes. Ray Skipper does it his own way. He's got a little 32 Bantam altered over there, front motored car, sitting behind that big block Chevy. Out in front, here comes Michelle Furr, pouring the coals to it. Finish line says Furr not going to get it done. 894 at 159. Your winner, Ray Skipper, 892 at 147. Skipper was behind at the start. Furr had the 012 to 027 advantage, but Skipper runs closer to the number and takes it by 100th of a second down at the finish line. Randy Winfelder coming up next for powder coat finishes. It's a Spitzer car alongside Steven Spaulding, the contractor out of New Jersey. Undercover chassis machine with a rear Morrison 555 sitting there behind the driver. Once again, top alcohol dragster, top alcohol funny car. We need you to the lanes, please. One of these drivers' 2000s from Perfect, but does not get the win. Steven Spaulding, your winner, 895 at 168. Winfelder 0.2 off down there at the stripe, 909 on the 890 at 156. He was 002 on the tree, but could not run the number. Here's Greg Slack out of North Carolina. 440 Ford power for Greg. Donald Bangs alongside. Big block Chevy dragster over there for the technical rider out of Southampton, Pennsylvania. Big puff of smoke out of the car there on the right side. Donald Bangs. Hopefully no problems down there. As you saw, the big cloud of smoke down there. Greg Slack for the win. 8,916 at 158. Donald Bangs 892 at 181. So we're going to check that out before we send the next pair down. But right there at about the 1,300 foot mark, big puff. And we'll make sure everything is good to go before we send Ed McCleft and Tom Hunter down the quarter mile.
Hey, well, we got a few minutes. Let's talk food because we've got a lot of it. And I got to say, I've been to tracks all over the country. And I have a tendency to judge the track by the food. This place has good stuff. Some great vendors coming in. We also have the Hot Rod Grill. I had the pad Thai for lunch today. That was pretty good. We've got a Thai barbecue stand behind the grandstands. Good stuff over there. You can get Thai tea, teriyaki bowls, veggie bowls. You like Greek-themed stuff? How about the Grapevine Restaurant? Lamb and chicken gyros. Gyros. Greek burgers. Falafel sandwich. You know what falafel is? It's deep-fried chickpeas. Oh. That's pretty cool. They're really fun to eat. Beef and chicken Philly cheesesteaks, Italian sausages. They've got baklava. That's like honey on pastry. It's puff pastry. That's pretty good. Lemonade, soda water, mozzarella sticks. We've got Temptations back there behind the grandstands. Fish, chicken, pork chops at a racetrack. Hot dogs, hamburgers, shrimp, turkey barbecued turkey legs, barbecued chicken, Philly cheesesteak, Italian ice and ice cream, Slurpees, Italian sausage, and the list goes on, so I'm not going to finish it. Miss Fun Cakes, Italian sausage. I had one of those yesterday. That was really good. If you like sausage with peppers and onions, you might want to try that one. Philly cheesesteaks, chicken tenders with french fries, ribbon fries, foot-long corn dogs, cheeseburgers, nachos, funnel cakes, fried Oreos. We also have extreme concessions. Tell me that doesn't look like extreme concussion. Extreme concessions, pulled pork barbecue, fried fish, smoked sausages, pork skins. We got some of those up here, too. I haven't even tried one yet. Kettle corn. There was a big line for the kettle corn before. And mac and cheese and baked beans. And not food related, but you might want to go see Jeff Kondratik, JKR Racing Products. They are a Lucas Oil distributor. And you might want to ask them about the Lucas Oil Series contingency program. Also, racers, don't forget Diane Kubicki, the Division I photographer, is here. Division1photos.com. Now back to Warren.
Thank you, Walter. That tempted my taste buds. I may have to sneak out and get some after Super Comp, yeah. We'll just set the camera on a long view and go away for a while. So here's Ed McCleft, the Orange Crate Racing, Mike Boss dragster. Is it McCleft or McCleft? Yes, it's one of those. It's Ed, that's right. So Ed, number 3 in the division last year, alongside Tom Hunter from York, Pennsylvania. For Gilbert's Automotive, the Phantom chassis machine. $893 gets the win for Ed McCleft. $893 at 174, $895 and done at 177 over there on the right side. Next pair coming up. Here's Lauren Freer and Christina Cox-Walter. Pair of young ladies on the starting line right now. Freer out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Christina Cox-Walter from Whiteford, Maryland. I'm still convinced that's not a Dodge Dakota. Big block Chevy dragsters side by side. Finish line says it is $889 for the win on the double breakout for Lauren Freer. $889 at 184. Christina Cox-Walter 6 under, $884 at 170. Behind at the start, never caught up. 6 under breakout for Christina. Finishes up the day. Larry Eriksmoen comes up next alongside Joe Foley. Eriksmoen left side. That's the summit lane. Distinctively disguised as the CAP down there on the board. And Joe Foley, right side, the atomizer lane. Doug Foley there on the screen. We're guessing there's some relationship there. Great lights by both drivers, 008 to an 011. And the 008 coupled with a 890 with a 4, 12 thousandths package for your winner, Larry Eriksmoen. Speed of 178. For Joe Foley, 011 on the tree, 891.6. Would have won a lot of races, but not that one. All depends on who you're lined up with. Brent Martin comes up next alongside Robert Wheeler. Martin, La Plata, Maryland. Left side. Robert Wheeler from Summerfield, Florida, right side. That is a Plymouth Prowler. Injected big block Chevy. That's got to be a challenge to make that thing run the number. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. Well, if you turn it green and the other one turns it red, I guess that takes care of that. Robert Wheeler for the win. 9:03 at 149 for Robert Wheeler. Brent Martin, red light by 001. 1 thou from perfect, but on the wrong side. 882 at 176. Driving it out the back door. David Morris waits in the water box left side. From York, South Carolina, he'll pull up alongside Thomas Rakowski. Both of them waiting right now as there's a little bit of mop up there on the right side of the track. And as soon as the lane is good to go, we'll let them do their burnouts and get them staged up. Again, top alcohol dragster, top alcohol funny car. If you're not in the staging lanes, we need you now. And for you fans out there, you should see a great top alcohol show. As yesterday, we qualified the quickest top alcohol dragster field in Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series history. So back to action with David Morris and Thomas Rakowski. It's a coin flip at the start, 017 to 015. One light says, how about a pair of 891 ones? Both sides of the track run exactly the same number. Decided by reaction time, 2000ths. All at the start. Rakowski was 015 to the 017. That was the margin of victory right up here in the first 11 inches. Chuck Harris pulls up now, left side of the track, alongside Alan O'Brien. Harris from New London, North Carolina. Worthy chassis entry. Alan O'Brien from Ronceverte, West Virginia. It's a Race Tech chassis with a Rambler motor. American Motors. 457 power plant behind the driver. Hey, there's your first 8,900 of the session, and it goes to your winner, Chuck Harris. From New London, North Carolina, 8,900 at 167. I think there's a little cash involved in that. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
8,900?
Yep.
Picks up $100 from Tom Stalbas, AA Auto Salvage. $100 to the first 890 in eliminations. First 8,900, I should say. So, little bonus here in round number one. Double breakout win for Donald Pate, taking out Stephen Logan here. So Pate, 888.9 at 167, better than the 887.7 for Stephen Logan. Donald Pate takes the win.